Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Vali here. Welcome back to part 3 of What If Naruto Was a Saiyan. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax, you're in for a treat, and so we begin. The blonde's adrenaline started flowing through his body as he and his comrades stood across from the villainous assassin. Cracking his knuckles and neck, the tailed boy rushed forward, crossing his fingers together and created several clones that ran at his side. After quickly weaving hand signs, the clones began using a medley of wind-based jutsu, attempting to disperse the fog and knock the foe off balance. Pitiful, spat the masked man as he quickly made several water clones to counterattack the oncoming onslaught. As powerful gusts of wind and air blades come his way, the clones using their own blades broke the air currents as they approached with simple swings of their weapons. The clones persisted forward, and just as they were about to meet the water clone's head, they began to move erratically. One of the mini Narutos seemed to slide between one of Zabuza's duplicates. The others started running around the group, while two more jumped high.
Wind style! Hurricane drop!
The orange-clad shinobi that went into a handstand position and forcefully spun his legs until he resembled a top. The force generated a twister-like gust of wind that lifted some of the enemy clones upwards, while the two that were skyward swiped their hands in opposite directions, forcing the wind to spread, further expanding the vortex that was created in the space. As the other clones were trapped in the air current, the clones that had gone around jumped high as well, and performed high front flip that ended with a group of clones forcing their heels onto the enemy mess ninja. This managed to disrupt the water clones, but behind Naruto stood the real Zabuza, that now held his massive blade onto his neck. While with his free hand, he held Naruto's arm tightly behind his back, clutching him into place. "Enough of this, foolish boy," the mist ninja said in disgust as the edge of his weapon slightly scratched his throat.
This isn't good,
said the blonde sheepishly as he gulped, causing his Adam's apple to graze the blade. The hidden mist rogue's eyes stared daggers onto Team 7, but what he didn't notice was that during the encounter with the blonde, the black-haired boy had vanished. Before the mist ninja could react, Sasuke had appeared above him, swinging his left leg onto the man's head, landing an impact onto his temple, rocking him slightly. Quickly, the Uzumaki boy ducked and did sweep, completely knocking the enemy off balance. Taking the opportunity, Kakashi then appeared in front of the would-be assassin. Using the momentum of a backspin, he landed a punch right at the chest of the man that would have him flying backwards onto a nearby boulder. Upon making contact with the stone, a massive dust cloud formed from the impact. The boulder turned into rubble. "You fools think that's enough to defeat me?" growled the man from within the cloud, his voice echoing through the clearing. A thick fog then began to fill the forest, and water began to rise from the earth, to the point water reached their calves. Kakashi, sensing the imminent danger, then lifted his headband, revealing his glowing red eye.
The Sharingan?
Questioned Sasuke upon seeing his family-exclusive dojutsu being used by someone not of his blood.
How was that possible?
He shouted towards his sensei, only to be faced by an intense glare.
"We'll speak about this later,"
said the boy begrudgingly, as he attempted to search around through the fog for the enemy.
"You aren't so tough,"
said Naruto loudly as he smiled brightly, enjoying the battle against the assassin, though his focus on the bridge builder seemed to have faded. "You fools aren't my target," spoke the man in a chilling tone, as his shadow appeared behind Tazuna, his blade lifted for a quick decapitation.
"Mr. Tazuna, look out!"
Sakura shouted as she shoved the old man out of the way just as the blade was coming down. Eyes shut tight, the Kunoichi had come to terms that her life might have ended there and then, though after a few seconds she reopened them, her sensei having appeared just in time to block the large blade with his kunai, though his bare palm was also holding onto the blade, causing it to bleed. "Sakura, protect Tazuna, move!" said the silver-haired man, his voice shaking as his eyes never looked beyond the enemy shinobi's face.
Yes, Kakashi-sensei."
Kunoichi quickly grabbed hold of the old man's arm and forced him up and away from the battlefield. Her limbs shook intensely from the fear of the death that nearly consumed her. Naruto and Sasuke then from opposite directions dashed towards the man, but as their attacks were to meet the shadow, it vanished, causing the two Genin to crash into each other.
"You useless loser!"
screamed Sasuke as he shoved Naruto off of him. Naruto, on the other hand, grit his teeth and shoved back.
"Who are you calling a loser, idiot?"
The two boys, now reaching to the point of fist fighting, were suddenly punched in the back of the heads. Keep your head on, you two. The enemy is still here and won't hesitate to kill all of us. The two males rubbed their aching heads as they turned away from each other, biting their tongues to avoid further discipline from their Jonin sensei. Kakashi jumped back, his readying themselves around the silver-haired man in a triangle formation to protect from all sides. In front of Kakashi, the shadow of Zabuza once more appeared to them. With the Sharingan, the Jonin was able to lock eyes with the rogue ninja. As I would expect from the infamous Kakashi of the Sharingan, growled the man with venom in his voice, though to him it was a welcome challenge. Upon short analysis of the opponent's movements, weaponry, and seeing alignment with the Mist Village, the enemy's identity was revealed to him as well. Ah, and you must be Zabuza Momoichi of the Bloody Mist, responded Kakashi as he gripped his kunai tightly, his gaze unmoving from the enemy. Very perceptive. But now it's time for you fools to die. Stabbing his blade to the ground, the man began rapidly weaving hand signs, while at the same time Kakashi did the same with the use of his Sharingan. Water style, water dragon bullet! The two ninjas shouted in unison, as from the water below, two massive water dragons came to life and began circling the field before clashing and splashing the shinobi. In the confusion, Zabuza rearmed himself with his blade and rushed towards the Leaf Jonin, aiming a kick towards the center. The kick dug into the man's chest, sending him backwards, but before he could escape his reach, he slashed towards the man. Reacting quickly, Naruto jumped in the way as the blade cut through the stomach region of his shirt, tearing it to shreds and revealing the seal on his stomach. Well, what do we have here? Growled the man as he grabbed the stunned Naruto by the neck and lifted him upwards. His eyes locked on the seal on the boy's abdomen, and he grinned a wicked grin. I wonder what will happen. The man's fingers erupted with chakra as he forced his fingers against the boy's seals, causing him intense pain and having the boy scream at the top of his lungs. Naruto! Shouted Sasuke as he quickly performed a fireball jutsu towards Zabuza. Seeing the flash of fire reaching him, he threw Naruto to the side as he avoided the attack. Naruto, are you okay? Said Kakashi, catching the boy mid-air, wincing as he appeared to have cracked his ribs on the prior attack. The boy didn't respond as he clutched his stomach in agony, as the seal began to burn away. Stay put, Sasuke. I can finish this off, said the man as he sent the Uzumaki boy against a tree. As the three ninja continued to fight within the dense fog, Naruto opened his eyes. Looking above, it was now nearly sunset, and the moon was already revealed high above the sky. His pupil then vanished as the veins around his eyes began to throb violently. The boy's heart began beating audibly as Naruto's breathing became more and more unstable. The clanging of metal and shouting within the fog began to fade from the boy's consciousness as his mind went blank. Suddenly, a bone-chilling roar pulsed through the entire forest, bringing everyone's attention to where Naruto had once been. What the hell? Shouted Zabuza as he readied his blades and ran towards the boy. Though, in that same very moment, the boy suddenly mutated and grew to tremendous size of a brown-haired ape with his eyes red as blood. The Mist Ninja's eyes widened as he could feel the hairs all over his body stand on end, and he was filled with a true dread. Unable to move, the ape then opened his massive jaw and blasted a giant ray of power towards him, turning him to ash. Sasuke, Sakura, run! Yelled out Kakashi at the top of his lungs as he appeared at Tasuna's side and draped him over his shoulder, running into the forest in the same direction they were headed originally.
Naruto?
Asked Sakura as she nearly fell to her knees before reacting to her leader's voice and followed quickly behind. Sasuke did not hesitate as he too followed, though he glanced over his shoulder every few seconds to look at his now monstrous teammate. What in the world happened to Naruto? Questioned the boy as he forced his legs to move at top speed behind his Jonin's teacher. I have an idea, but at this point we need to make sure we keep Tazuna safe, and Naruto is out of control. The ape banged his giant fist onto his chest as it roared loudly, his mouth beam shooting into the air, lighting the forest a bright red yellow. The Ozaru noticed the movement in the trees and saw the shinobi escaping him, and then began to follow as its heavy feet crushed the trees below, making it chase with killing intent. Whatever Zabuza did to Naruto's seal, it caused this transformation, said Kakashi as he continued to jump from tree to tree, his ribs causing him intense pain.
I wonder if Naruto's gonna be okay,
said the cherry blossom-haired girl with a rather worried look on her face, though she still shook from fear while she ran, her nerves shot. It's best we focus on ourselves at this point, or else that thing is going to annihilate us. The Uchiha boy responded, gritting his teeth, attempting to wrap his mind around the situation at hand. While the Leaf Shinobi and the rampaging Ozaru left the area, an individual with long black hair arose from the shadows in a strange white mask. The individual then approached the crater left behind by the giant ape's blast, and then dropped to their knees. Only the massive blade of the Mist Ninja remained after the destructive blast.
No, my master,
said the individual with a slightly feminine voice, as tears ran down their face and dropped to the ground from beneath the mask.
I will avenge you, I swear it,
said the masked shinobi as they grabbed the blade and vanished into the shadows. The escort group then came upon a cave entrance where they all hid from the massive beast that was searching for them around the forest, roaring at the top of its lungs. Tazuna, head deeper into the cave. This might be the only place we can be safe, for the moment. Kakashi spoke as he leaned against the wall of the cavern, his hand holding his ribs.
Kakashi-sensei, you're injured,
said Sakura as she approached Kakashi and placed her hands on his injury, focusing some of her chakra to attempt to heal him. Kakashi, what are we supposed to do about Naruto? Asked Sasuke with a cold tone, one hand placed against the wall of the cave and his gaze looking outward to look at the beast causing destruction in the area. I have an idea. I heard about a phenomenon like this happening long ago, spoke Kakashi as he began to think back to a story he once heard from his comrades of a massive ape rampaging through the Uzumaki village. I see, said the man out loud to the confusion of his students.
Kakashi-sensei?
Asked Sakura, tilting her head, not understanding the situation. Oh great, now the head honcho's gone nuts, grumbled Tazuna as he sat on the floor of the cave, taking a swig of his nearly empty sake container. The three Leaf Ninja ignored the man's statement as the two Genin continued to look up upon their master for answers. The tail. We need to remove Naruto's tail. Sakura took a step back, baffled at his words. With a massive size difference, how is that possible? How in the hell are we supposed to cut that monster's tail off? Our kunai would be useless, Sasuke responded as he punched the wall of the cave in frustration.
What about Zabuza's sword?
Suggested the kunoichi, which caught the attention of the two males. That'll work, responded Kakashi with a nod. After some planning, Tazuna agreed to remain within the cave while they took care of their ape problem. The three shinobi ran out of the cave, but noticed that someone was attempting to fight the now transformed Naruto. A shinobi with long hair was launching icy senbons towards the ape, freezing its fur as it stabbed onto the beast. With power mouth blast, the ape attempted to terminate its target, but the shinobi was fast and avoided the attacks.
Kakashi-sensei, look, the man has a sword,
pointed out Sakura, as they noticed that the masked individual had Zabuza's sword strapped to their back.
Good eye,
complimented Kakashi, as their plan had been redirected to focus on the battle at hand. At least now they weren't short-handed. Sasuke ran towards the beast and fired a large ball of fire towards the beast's feet. It singed its fur. The beast in return attempted to stomp on the Uchiha boy, but he avoided the step narrowly.
Hey, the tail! Go for the tail!
Shouted Kakashi towards the shinobi that threw needles towards the face of the ape, trying to blind it, but it was to no avail.
What do you mean?
Shouted the masked individual in return as they gripped the handle of the sword, jumping away from an attempt to strike.
The only way to stop him is by removing his tail,
responded Kakashi as he launched many shuriken towards Naruto to distract him. Understood, mumbled the ninja as they formed various ice mirrors around the beast and disappeared into one. Then using the mirror that was at the rear of the ape, the masked ninja took a powerful swipe and managed to slice through the ape's colossal tail, causing it to crash to the earth. The ape roared in agony as it began to shrink down, returning to its human form, that of Naruto Uzumaki. The boy laid on the ground in a fetal position, nude and exposed to the elements, as a small trail of blood flowed from his tail. Kakashi quickly jumped towards him and pulled a small blanket from his tool bag to wrap around the boy.
Move aside,
said the masked ninja, the large sword on one hand and 3 senbons on the other. That's enough. He's down. It's over, responded Kakashi as he lifted a kunai in defense, knowing full well they were in for another confrontation. From within the trees, Sasuke and Sakura arrived and got into a fighting stance.
This boy killed my master, my only reason to live,
said the shinobi as they reached for their mask and removed it, throwing it on the ground. Tears marking streams on their cheeks. The shinobi seemed very feminine, but having masculine features as well. Look, your master was trying to kill us. This wasn't the plan, lamented the silver-haired man, dropping his eyes towards the unconscious Naruto.
He must pay. He must pay,
The shinobi then weaved quick hand seals as ice mirrors formed around Team 7, and the shinobi once more vanished into the ice. Popping in and out of individual mirrors, the ninja launched senbons, attempting to bypass the guard of the Leaf Ninja to land a deadly blow towards the Uzumaki boy. Sasuke, then out of frustration, weaved quick signs and proved a powerful fireball jutsu, completely melting a few mirrors. Together with Kakashi, who performed his own version, eliminated all but 2 of the mirrors. Then suddenly from both mirrors arose the ninja, one a clone, the other original. Kakashi, having had enough, then shot towards one of the mirrors and impaled one with his powerful lightning jutsu, the Chidori.
Wrong one,
whispered the ninja as it cracked and crashed down. It was an ice clone. The group slowly turned around, their eyes wide, believing they had made a fatal mistake as he approached Naruto. Suddenly, as the blade was about to make contact, Naruto rolled to his side, causing the blade to stab into the earth.
Hey, watch it, will ya?
Replied Naruto weakly, gripping his thin sheet that covered his body.
You bastard!
The shinobi attempted to catch the boy with their senbons, but he narrowly avoided them with short movements.
Hey, why are you after me?
Questioned the blonde as he rolled back, his legs still weak from the ordeal.
You killed my master. Now all that I am is a tool without a purpose,
growled the young man, tears still running down their face. Sasuke attempted to intervene, attempting to punch the boy, but was quickly reversed and kicked in the face, sending him away. Sakura was about to throw a shuriken, but in that same very moment, Zenbons knocked it out of her palm. Kakashi, missing his Chidori, had crashed against a tree and was barely able to stand from the constant damage in the previous encounters.
A tool? You're a human being. If he thought of you as a tool, then he didn't mean anything to him,
he replied, while trying to keep his breathing steady.
You know nothing of me. When I had no one, he took care of me. He gave me purpose when I had none, and you took him away from me,
screamed the man as he kept trying to stab Naruto. A few senbons did hit their mark, but missed vital locations, stabbing his arms and legs.
You are free now. Do you really want to be a murderer? Is that what you want to live for?
Replied the blonde, as he steadily picked up the shuriken that Sakura had lost.
You can be your own person.
Naruto's words echoed to the young man's ears. They dropped to the ground and continued to cry, placing their hands on the side of their head.
I've been different my entire life. Everyone always called me a freak, but I'm just trying to prove them wrong,
continued the boy defiantly.
You have a chance at a new start. Don't let yourself be the weapon he turned you into.
The black-haired ninja dropped their senbons and held their face in their palms.
What's your name?
Asked Uzumaki boy, gripping his shuriken tightly, hoping not to need it.
Haku. Haku's my name,
whispered the shinobi as they lifted their bloated red eyes to meet the blue eyes of the boy.
Well, Haku, my name is Naruto. Please, don't do this.
He spoke softly towards him. His kind words and soft voice seemed to resonate with Haku as he wiped the tears from his face.
Thank you, Naruto,
said the boy as he came to his feet, slowly walking towards the large blade and pulling it from the ground.
I won't forget you. Thank you.
Haku then left and vanished towards the forest, leaving the Team 7 once more. Sakura fell to her knees, sweat dropping from the sides of her face from the huge scare she had just gone through.
Is everyone okay?
Asked Kunoichi, looking around to see Naruto and Sasuke giving her a thumbs up.
I'm decent,
yelled out Kakashi, from below a tree, giving a thumbs up in confirmation that he had also survived the ordeal. Finally, it seemed that the worst part of the ordeal had ended, but they still had a mission to complete, as they were just one day away from the Land of Waves. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story this far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but their content is centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please, check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood of a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lore of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series. Guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know on behalf of We Celestials that I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at WTC, then I would like to extend out an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being, we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work fulfills your interests. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and have a great day.